Hi kids, good morning, how are you? Welcome to this new class, my dear kids. Please let me know through the chat if you can listen to me. Please tell me if everything is fine in order we can begin with the class. Please, my dear kids, tell me. And I want to say hello to all of you. Keren, Satin, Rafaela, Jibril, Lari, Regina, Karime, Marijo, Barbara, Denise, Gus, Cami, Nacheli, Sam. Hello, my dear kids, all of you. Dani, Cami, Denise, everything is fine. Denise, Sam, thank you, my dear girls, for answering. Thank you, Cami. Nacheli, hello, everything is fine. Thank you, Carlita. Okay, so first of all, my dear kids, before we begin, I want to apologize with you because I was not in the class of yesterday. I was feeling a little bit sick. I had a huge stomachache, so that's why I couldn't be here with you. But now I'm ready in order we can continue working, and it's a pleasure to be in here again. Okay, my dear kids, so we are going to begin. I want to tell you just that don't worry related to the activity of yesterday. I know that you received a message, okay? In order to say not to worry about the activity of yesterday, so just don't worry. Today we have mid-session, right? In this mid-session, we are going to answer the pages that it's supposed that you had to do yesterday. So if you didn't do it, don't worry, we are going to answer these pages together today in the mid-session. And if you have already answered them, we are going just to check that they are correct and that you have the correct idea related to the topic that was, and I'm going to share with you right now in order we can continue and finish fast. In here it says that yesterday, that's why it appears in there, Tuesday, April 27, the topic of yesterday was let and be allowed to, and in here the student's book was the one that you had to work yesterday, my dear kids, pages 112 and 113. So does anybody know, or can anybody share with us? Hello, Geronimo. Hello, Jesus. Welcome to the class, my dear kids. Please let me know if you remember, if you know what is the meaning of let and be allowed to, or the use of them. Do you remember this, my dear kids? The use of let and be allowed to. When do we use them? Please, can you remind me in case that you know this use of words? Do you know them? Do you remember them? Please, can you tell me if you can remember when do we use let or when do we use be allowed to, and what are they used for? Please, my dear kids, tell me in the chat. If you don't remember, don't worry, I'm going to explain it for you. I just wanted to check if you remember them, but if not, no problem. Okay, so let me check in here a little bit. So we have in here, my dear kids, that let and be allowed to are going to be used in order. Some let and be allowed to are used to confirm if someone gives permission to do something. Okay, my dear Sam, well, it's maybe not to confirm, it's just to say, no? To say that that you got or you give the permission to somebody to do something. Thank you, my dear Sam. So we are going to check in here, my dear kids, that says permission. Both of them are expression to talk about permissions, okay? And it says let and allowed. Which is the difference between them? Okay, let is going to be the expression that we are going to use with an object. Which is the object? Remember that in this case, the object is going to be the person who receives the action, okay? Plus the infinitive, but without the to. Remember that the infinitive verbs are the ones that we will use with to, okay? To be, to go, to dance, to sleep, whatever, okay? Carlita says, We use be allowed to say that you do or don't have permission to do something. Okay, excellent, my dear Carlita, that is correct. So remember that the object is the person who receives the action, okay? So in this case, when you have the expression let, my dear kids, you are going to have two subjects, the person who gives the permission and the person who receives the permission. Cami, we use it to allow or give permission to someone. Yes, my dear girl, that is correct. Excellent. Please, thank you for answering, my dear girls. So it says in here that we are going to use the infinitive without the to. I mean, instead of writing to be, you are going to write just be. Instead of saying to go, it's just going to be go, okay? So in the example it says in here, our teacher lets us drink, because the infinitive, the normal infinitive is to drink. But in here they are telling you that you are not going to use to, okay? Our teacher lets us drink Coke in class. My sister lets, because my sister is a third person, I have to add the s to the verb. My sister lets me use her computer when she is not at home. My mom lets me use my cell phone after I finish my homework. My parents, in this case, this is plural. You can use the s in the verb because you are talking about a plural noun, okay? Or a plural subject. My parents let me stay up late on weekends, okay, my dear kids? And in here it says, be allowed to. In here they are telling us that we are going to use be allowed plus the infinitive, that in this case we are going to use it with to. And which is the difference? That when you use be allowed, we are going to use just one subject, the subject that receives the permission, okay, that receives the action. And in this case, it's going to be like with the auxiliary to be, is, are. That's why it says be allowed to. In this case, I'm going to say, I am allowed to stay up late at night, teacher. Pretty good. I am allowed to visit my friends on weekends. My sister is allowed to go to Paris at night. My little brother is not, because it's the negative form, is not allowed to watch horror movies because he gets scared, okay? I am not allowed to say bad words in my house. So in this case, the be is going to be the verb to be, is, are, am not, isn't, aren't, depending on the subject who is receiving the permission. And if you check, I am allowed to go. I am expressing the permission that I got, but I am not being specific who gave me the permission. And with let, that is the difference. With let, you have two subjects, the person who gives the permission and the person who received the permission. That is the difference, okay, my dear kids? And the example, it says, as a girl, I was allowed to get home late at night. If you check, as a girl, I was, but they never mention who gave the permission to this girl. Maybe it's not important in here. The important thing is that I received the permission. That's why I have just one subject. And with let, it's important to place both of them. Okay, if you have any question, please let me know, my dear kids. A little bit. Wait a second. Okay. And it says in here, they let you park here on Saturday. They, I don't know who, maybe the authorities of the park, I don't know, somebody, okay? They let you park here on Saturday. We have the two subjects, they, the verb let, and the person who gets the permission, park. And if you check, we don't have to park because it's the infinitive, but without the to, okay? They let you park here on Saturday. Denise, no question. Thank you, my dear Denise. The other one, that is the same, the same information, but by using allowed to, it says, You are, because this is the verb to be, as an auxiliary. You are allowed to park here on Saturdays, but you aren't allowed the other days. So if you check in here, my dear kids, we have just one subject, and as an auxiliary, the verb to be. Goose, no questions, teacher. 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 Okay, that is a new word. Thank you very much. Goo. Okay, my dear boy. So it says in here, when you want to say something in negative, in the case of let, they let you park. If you want to use let in the negative form, my dear kids, you are going to use don't and doesn't, depending on the subject. In this case would be, they don't let you park here the other days. Okay, they let you park here on Saturday, but they don't let you park here the other days. So with let, you are going to be using don't and doesn't for the negative idea. And you are going to be using aren't, isn't, aren't with allowed to. Okay, my dear kids, let me show you the other. And in here, you are going to make me the big favor to participate, my dear kids, please. And it says in here, it says, exercise, rewrite these sentences without changing the meaning, okay? My mother allows me to come home late. Okay, in here we have the person who gives the permission and the person who receives the permission. Okay, but now we are going to change the idea just by expressing who has the permission to do something. And in here it says, my mother lets me come home late. Well, it's because in here they are using again my mother with allowed and with let. And that is correct, yes. But in the book, in the one that we are using right now, you are going to realize, you are going to check that in the book that we have, it says that, or they ask us to use let with both subjects and be allowed to just with one subject, okay? But you can do any of them. It says in here, will you let your children to do what they want? Will you let your children do what they want? Now, be careful in here, my dear kids, because let and allowed is not like a tense. You can use this expression in present, in past, in future, in present perfect, in any of them. Okay, so tell me this example by using, if you have already let in the first one, now you have to use allowed to. So tell me the answer for the number one. Can you tell me which is the example in the, or the answer, sorry, the answer in the number one, my dear kids? Will you let your children to do what they want? ¿Les permitirás hacer a tus hijos lo que ellos quieran? So, the same idea, but by using allowed to. How can you write this, but using allowed to? Please, let me know, my dear kids. I want your, or I wait, no, I wait for your answer. We are going to do just the first three here, and the first three in the other exercise, okay? So please let me know which is the answer for the number one, my dear kids. That in this case is a question. No pasa nada, miss, no pasa nada. So tell me please, is a question. Which is the answer? Or the same way that you can use that but using a question, please. Number one, will you let your children to do what they want? ¿Les permitirás a tus hijos hacer lo que quieran? ¿Cómo quedaría? Pero usando ahora allowed. Will you allow your children to do what they want? Excellent, Sam. Pretty good, my dear girl. Will you allow, because it's different from let. Will the children, but my dear Nashali, you have you, my dear girl, in the number one, the one that you have to write, it says in there you. So you have to respect that, and your question is correct. Yes, it's correct. Will the children be allowed to do what they want? Yes, that is correct, But if you check in the one that appears in the imagine, my dear Carlita, it says you. That's why the one of Sam is the perfect one, because it says, will you? So she respect the structure that is in the first one, my dear Carlita. Will you allow your children to do what they want? Just a little mistake, my dear Sam. Remember that children is plural. It doesn't need the S, my dear girl, okay? Number 2, please. It says, they don't let people feed the animals in the zoo. They don't let people feed the animals in the zoo. How do you write the same idea but using be allowed to, my dear kids? Please let me know which is the same idea but using be allowed to. Can you tell me, please? And in this case, my dear Carlita, is will the children be? Because are, remember that is just for the present. Is are is just for the present. If you want to use the verb to be in future, is be. Will the children be allowed to do what they want? Okay, Carlita and Shelley. Please, my dear kids, tell me the number 2. Write the number 2. The number 3 says, our teacher never allowed us to make a noise in the classroom, okay? Our teacher never allowed us to make a noise in the classroom. So we, which is the other one? Please just tell me the number 2 and the number 3 and we are done with this. We are not going to do the other ones. Please, my dear kids, tell me which is your answer. Okay. Okay, my dear Carlita. Okay, so please, number 2, my dear kids, is missing number 2 and number 3, please. Missing number 2 and number 3. Please, kids. Tell me these ones. Tell me these ones, please. Go, go, go. Come on. Come on, please. Tell me the answers of the number 2 and the number 3. Well, I'm going to present the other one. I'm going to present the other one. In this one, okay, in this one, let me check. We are going to continue then with the other. In this one, my dear kids, it says, are you allowed to? Do your parents let you? That is exactly the same because we are talking about permission. We have in here 5 questions, 6 questions and 6 answers. You are going to tell me which is the answer for each one of these questions. It says, are you allowed to dry your hair? Remember to dry, to paint your hair different colors. Do your parents let you stay up late? Do your parents let you invite your friends every day? Do your parents let you get a tattoo? Are you allowed to make a mess in your room? Are you allowed to surf the internet as long as you want to? So in here we have 6 questions and we have the 6 answers in here. So you are going to help me to match the correct question with the correct answer. So in here is, are you allowed? Number 1. Do your parents? Number 2. Do your parents let you stay? Is number 2. Do your parents let you invite? Is number 3. Do your parents let you get a tattoo? Is number 4. Do your parents allow you to make number 5? And are you allowed to surf? Is number 6. And in here, Denise says that the number 2, do your parents let you stay up late? Is with the number 6. Do your parents let you stay up late? No, because they say I am too young for a tattoo. No, Denise, it doesn't have sense, okay? So tell me, number 1 is with number 2, number 1 is with number 1. Denise says that the number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do your parents let you get a tattoo? No, because they say I'm too young for a tattoo. Okay, yes, that is correct, my dear Denise. Are you allowed to dye your hair? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay, pretty good. That is correct, my dear Sammy. In order you don't waste a lot of time writing all the answers, you can do what Denise did. That is perfect. The question number 2 is with the answer number 5. The question, and I read them. Okay, so please, my dear kids, the people, I don't know, what is all the people that I have already mentioned, okay? Cami, Gus, Barbara, Maria Jose, Karime, Regina, Lari, Gibril, Rafaela, Satin, Amairani, Daniela, okay? Jerónimo, Jesus. Where are your answers, my dear kids? Where are your answers? Sorry, teacher, I got the wrong number. Don't worry, my dear Denise, don't worry. And then Denise says that the number 6, that is, are you allowed to surf the internet as long as you want to? Is with the number 2. Yes, when I ask them before I start surfing. Excellent, my dear Denise. So Denise has already given 2 correct answers. Sammy, 2 with the number 3. Do your parents let you stay up late? And it says, yes, always on Saturday. Okay, it can be correct, my dear Sammy. So Sammy and Denise have already written 4 correct ideas. Satin, thank you, Satin. You said, Satin, that the number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, with the number 6. Okay, thank you, Satin. That is also correct, my dear. Denise says that the number 1 with the number 3. Are you allowed to dye your hair? Yes, always on Saturdays. Well, it could be, but it doesn't sound so good because te permiten pintarte el cabello, sí, siempre el sábado. It doesn't sound so good. Okay, let me check. It says, Jerónimo, 6 with the number 2. Yes, I have already given that answer. Thank you, my dear Jerónimo. And 5 with the number 1, says Jerónimo. Number 5, are you allowed to make a mess in your room? No, I must tidy it every Friday. Excellent, my dear Jerónimo. Satin, the 3 with the number 5. Do your parents let you invite friends every day? And Satin says that is the number 5. Yes, but before they come, I must tell my mom. Excellent, Satin. Number 5 with the number 1. Number 5, are you allowed to make a mess? No, I must. Excellent, my dear Satin. Danny, we have already read that and is correct, Danny. Also, Carlita is correct. Cami, also your answer is correct. Satin, that one is correct. The number 2. It says, do your parents let you stay up late? And Satin says that is yes, always on Saturdays. That is perfect, my dear Satin. Okay, thank you, my dear kids. Now we are going to go quickly, and this is really, really fast, because now we are going to go quickly to the topic of today, okay? We have already checked the meaning and use of the topic of yesterday, let and be allowed to. Now let's go to the one of today, that is discipline. And today, Wednesday, April 28, you have to answer the workbook page 108 and 110, my dear kids, okay? And we are going to talk about discipline. And actually here are just some tips for you in order to have a better result as a student and in life. And it says in here, value of discipline in a student's life. Discipline is a set. Remember that a set is like conjunto, no? It's a set of rules to be followed while completing any activity. It is a way of being hardworking and motivated while completing any task. So if you are a disciplined person, not just a student person, you are going to get a lot of good results in the present, but also, and more important, in your future, my dear kids. And we are going to check this information. It says in here, discipline is one of the first few lessons that we learn as children. It means living your life with proper rules and systems, which will help you to achieve your goals. Now, I need you, my dear kids, I need you to write in here one thing that your parents used to teach you, to ask you part of the discipline when you were a little kid. I'm going to give you an example. I think that one of the first disciplines that your parents used to teach you is to say please and thank you. Say please. Say thank you. Always, no? When you were a little kid. Now tell me one that you can remember, that you have in your mind, that you can remember, that your parents used to teach you when you were a little kid. A little, not last year, not in junior high school, no. When you were a little kid, that your parents always told you, okay? Please let me. Meanwhile, I continue reading these like tips for you. It says, it means living your life with proper rules and system which will help you to achieve your goals, to get into your goals. And when we lead a disciplined life, we start improving our habits, which improves our personality and, in the end, our life. Number 4, discipline is a factor that makes us learn all the principles required to be successful in life. It is one of the most important lessons that will be useful for you throughout the life. Okay, so this is discipline. Everything that you do in the present that maybe you don't like it pretty much, but that you do an extra effort, that you know that you are going to do even if you don't like, is discipline, my dear kids, and that is going to help you a lot when you grow up. Carlita and Shelley, to say hello and goodbye when we visited a house. Excellent. That is another that is pretty basic. Say hello, say goodbye when you were in another house or when somebody arrived to your house, no? That is another. So we have to say hello and goodbye, to say please and thank you. Tell me another thing. Thank you very much, Carlita. Sam, my parents told me, remember, Sam, my parents told me when I was little girl to respect each other. Okay, pretty good. Respect your brother, respect your sister, respect everybody. Excellent, my dear Sam. Another one, my dear kids. Denise, it says to say good afternoon and good night even if you don't know the people. Yes, of course. That is perfect, my dear girl. That is correct. That is correct and perfect. They used to tell us, say goodbye, no? Say good night. Excellent. It says in here, self-discipline creates a brighter tomorrow. So it means that it's not up to your mommy. It's not up to your daddy. You make the decision to be a disciplined person or not. Don't make somebody be the bad one. Okay? So you are the only responsible for your discipline. And it says in here, without discipline, a student cannot be happy and successful. The most important duty of a student is to study hard. He must acquire knowledge for the future. Now, it says, come on, teacher, of course, if I don't have discipline, yes, I am happy because I do whatever. Maybe at the moment, my dear kids, but if you are not disciplined, what is going to happen? It means that you are not following rules. If you don't follow rules, you are going to get into trouble. Maybe with your mommy, maybe with your daddy, maybe with your teachers, maybe with your friends, I don't know. If you don't have this self-discipline, in a moment you are going to have problems with somebody. And when you have problems, you are not happy. So you can do whatever you want and be happy at the moment. Yes, at the moment, yes, you are enjoying. But after that, you are going to have the consequences of your bad decision, okay? So let me read. Denise says to respect people who is older than me. Excellent, that is another important one, okay? And let me go with the other. Okay, it says, number one, and these are like the tips for you, okay? One, to manage, okay, the important and urgent things to do. There are a lot of important things in your life. Talking maybe about a student, but there are urgent things. Maybe you love Spanish, but you have maths activity. You love Spanish, and you know that the project of Spanish is going to be for Friday, okay? But maths, you don't like maths, but the activity for maths is for tomorrow or today, I don't know, okay? So in this case, the important thing is Spanish because you like it, okay? But the urgent thing is maths. So you first have to do maths, even you don't like it. So that is discipline. That even you don't like, even you are, come on, I don't want this. You have to do it because you know that it's better, it's urgent. So first, the urgent things, then the important, okay? Depending on it says in a short term, a corto plazo. In a long term, okay? It says in there, focus. Be concentrated, be focused, okay? Important, but not urgent, okay? So in a medium term, you say, okay, this is not urgent, but this is important. And this is less important. I have to deliver on Friday Spanish. And I have this important match to play with my friend online. And this is important, yeah, but the important thing right now in a long term is the maths project. And after that, you can do your online game, okay? Because it's not urgent. It's also important because you are going to earn maybe 100 pesos. It's important, but not urgent, okay? So first deliver the one of Spanish and then go and play your match with your friend online, okay? The other one, number 3, it says avoid distractions and interruptions, okay? Urgent, but not important. Avoid distractions and interruptions, okay? You are doing the activity of Spanish and your partner begins chatting with you and you say, okay, yes, and you begin chatting with your friend. That is something funny and you like it and you enjoy it, but it's not important. It's because I want to tell you something very important for me. Yeah, maybe it's urgent, but not important. So first you deliver and then you go to the urgent thing for your friend, but it's not important in that moment, okay? Even you think that it's urgent. And the last one is to limit the time-wasting activities. What is time-wasting activities? That all the time that we are working in something, my dear kids, that are just for you, enjoyable for you, but they are not important for the rest of the people. So you have to place yourself a limit, okay? Because it says not important, but urgent. Not important, but urgent, okay? So you have to decide if it is not important and it's not urgent, leave them, okay? Because they are good for you, you love them, you enjoy them, but they are not important and they are not urgent. So leave them and do first whatever you have to do. Okay, my dear kids, so let me read you. Any question related, respect people? Okay. Any question, my dear kids, please let me know if we have any question in here. Please let me know if you have any question or everything is fine. Please tell me, my dear kids. You're not teacher, that everything is fine. Please let me know in order we can finish. And you can go in order to answer the pages of the book that are for today. Remember, On mid-class, today we have mid-class, we are going to answer the pages of yesterday. And today we are going to answer normally the ones of today, okay? Any question, my dear kids? Please let me know. Denise, no questions? Just Denise? Sam, everything is clear. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Denise. Okay, attendance, please, my dear kids. Attendance, right now. Complete name, grade, and group. Go. Thank you, Satin. Thank you, Carlita. Now the attendance, please, my dear kids. Your attendance, go. Please, I read the attendance of the people who was in my class all the time. Go, 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 please. Attendance. Complete name, grade, and group. Denise. Thank you, Denise. Jerónimo. No questions, teacher. Carlita. Okay. Karime. Everything is fine. Cami, no question. Karime. Okay. Gabriel. Gabriel and Jerónimo, you didn't participate anything in my class today. Also, Mayrani, I'm going to kick your pompey. Samantha, Camila, Maria Jose, you didn't participate in my class. Satin. Okay, Jerónimo. Okay, my dear kids, so this is everything for today. I was telling you again, thank you for your patience of not having the class yesterday. I'm so sorry, that is not going to happen. I hope again. Gus, thank you, Gus. And if you don't have any other question, my dear kids, now please go to answer your activity in the books. See you tomorrow for the next, see you not tomorrow. See you later in the mid-class. And remember that you need your students book in order we can, workbook and students, in order we can answer the activity of today. Okay, my dear kids? Thank you for being here. See you later for the mid-class, and have a great day. Bye, my dear kids. Thank you, Dani. Thank you, Gus. See you, my dear kids. Bye. Cuando volteaste. Sí, vi que volteaste.